Be careful before clicking because the headline seems crazy and there are a lot of look now posts. We're discussing allegations that Sarah Palin leaves little to the imagination in a small bikini. I'm going to show you a quick, easy test that will allow you to identify a phony photo in 5 seconds. So stay tuned until the very end. I'll also share the one backdrop hint that identifies a lot of these widely shared photos. You may avoid falling for clickbait again by paying close attention and not blinking. First, you must know the truth. Edited photos have been promoted online for years to give the impression that you are looking at something startling. The picture of Palin with a gun in a Stars and Stripes bikini is the most well-known. That image isn't authentic. Long ago, fact-checkers demonstrated that it was a fake. Palin's face was glued onto someone else's body. How were they able to do it? Palin's head was taken from an actual parade photo and adhered to the torso of a bikini. At first look, many people were tricked by the head's matching angle and smile, which originated from a July 4th event in Chugiak, Alaska. However, upon closer inspection, the skin tones, lighting, and edges are all off. You can't unsee it after you've seen it. Hoaxes.org. Furthermore, it wasn't just sporadic internet posts. Even well-known shows were tricked. After utilizing phony Palin photographs in a broadcast, a national TV host was forced to apologize live. That demonstrates how quickly and widely a negative image may spread when it is sufficiently inflammatory to attract attention. What then is real? Palin competed in Miss Alaska in the 1980s, and the pageant footage from that time has been played again. However, that is a typical pageant moment rather than the viral shock photos that are promoted nowadays. The outrageous bikini photos that are going viral have been photoshopped. The next time you see a crazy post, stay with me and attempt this easy 5-second fake check that you can apply to any viral image. Step 1. Examine the ears and hairline. A warning sign is if the hair's surrounding line appears too sharp or if the edges close to the ear appear severed. Check the light in Step 2. Does the face's light originate from a different source than the body's? If so, there is an Step 3. Examine the jaw and neck. A paste job is typically indicated by strange blur, double edges, or a strong shadow that abruptly stops. Step 4. Examine your hands and jewelry. A necklace, bracelet, or ring that shifts from one frame to another or sits at an odd angle frequently indicates that two photographs were combined. Read the backstory in Step 5. Classic indications of editing include bending lines, repetitive patterns, or a pool tile or flag stripe that warps directly behind the subject. Why do these images circulate so quickly? For 1 second, they sell a story. They generate controversy, promise shock, and generate a lot of clicks. However, that surge has a price. It makes it harder to distinguish between actual life and fake sounds. The excitement subsides and the realities become apparent when we take our time and examine things objectively. Helping you see through the clutter and enjoy social media without being duped is the aim of this video. As promised, here is the background hint. The background of the individual in many of the phony images reveals more information than the subject does. Observe the stripes on a flag, the rail of a pier, or the tile grid. You're probably looking at an edit if a pattern repeats like a copy-paste stamp or if a straight line bends around the body without any apparent cause. The remainder of the image begins to appear strange as soon as you notice the distorted line. Remember that the next time a awe-inspiring picture appears on your feed, you are the true MVP if you are still here. Which stage in the fictitious check was the most beneficial to you? Let me know in the comments. Would you like me to deconstruct other viral modifications and display the side-by-side tells on the screen? Next time, make sure to watch all the way through before you believe the buzz. Hit like, and share this with a friend who needs a clear, collected guidance through the chaos. See you at the following one.